want to know, did you guys notice that? You know, you guys think I'm the gay one.
Oh,
you know,
God.
did you see what Dan did when he was talking about that music right there? He was like, oh my God, it's fabulous. Like, you could see it in his face for just a second. You think he's this butch, like, mega man, and, you know, it peeks out every now and then.
Afternoon, everybody. Well, here it is. It's Slot Talk number 6. You thought I was never going to come, but it's finally here. Yes, it's about a week late, but you know what? We've been busy. Brent, right? We've been busy boys.
I've been busy collecting money. I've been busy having a good time. I have a life, people.
Yes, we have lives. So finally, we bring you Slot Talk number 6. This is our 6th show. Can you believe how many shows we've done? It feels like we're on our 3rd, but number 6.
It's amazing, Dan. Yeah. It's just like passing a stone.
Right. So we thought we'd do something special for number 6, and that is just bring us back to our roots. Bring us back to where we all started 6 months ago in December, and just have my roots showing. Yeah, no, your hair is fabulous, by the way. Did you get that done recently?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Here, let me get it close up to everybody's thing.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yes.
Hold on, say something. You have to.
Oh, yeah, I have to keep talking. Sorry. Wait, here. I think I can't. It's hard for me to do this mic, but I can't keep talking. I think you guys can see it okay, but here. It's I got a little blonde in, I got my hair cut. It looks fabulous.
Looks nice.
It's boy band realness.
Yeah, and I have not had my hair done in 3 weeks, so that's why the hat is back.
I think that all of our listeners and viewers are not surprised by that.
I like the way I look in a hat, so it's just one of those things.
Yes, I am aware of this.
How's casino life been for you?
Casino life has been good, although apparently not as good as everybody else in the slot world, judging by what happened out in Vegas while we weren't out there.
Yeah.
We're taping this, by the way, right after everybody in the slot world went out to Vegas for various meet and greets and whatnot. I'm not even going to get into who was all out there, but most of our friends. And everybody just seemed to win left and right. And of course, you know, I can't get over $100 without I don't know, pulling something out of my you-know-what. Yes. Anyway, but something really good did happen to me, and I want to share the story with you guys. So here's the deal. So this past Thursday, I'm at home. Jay is traveling, and...
Wait. We were supposed to film that night, if I remember
correctly. Oh, yes, exactly. And that's the reason why we were supposed to film that night, because Jay was traveling, and I didn't want to, have to quiet him in the other room while I'm trying to tape a show. So we were supposed to tape that night, and I get a call from my mom, and she's at the casino. Now, this is not new, because usually when my mom calls me, she sometimes is at the casino. I can hear the bells in the background. But when she calls me and she's in a good mood, I'm thinking she's hit something, because the last time this happened, she hit all wilds on Cirque du Masquerade for $1,000 on a dollar bet or something like that. So, and of course, she doesn't tape any of them, so you'll never see any of them. So she calls me. I'm thinking she's hit a jackpot or some fabulous hit. She says, Brent, how are you doing? And I said, oh, I'm fine. I'm like, are you at the casino? Did you hit something? She goes, well, let me tell you what happened. She's like, so here's the thing. I'm going to tell you guys right now. My mom has my player's card, okay? I'm sure many of you guys do this. I'm not going to tell you at what casino, but my mom has my player's card. And the reason she has it is because I don't get up to the casino a lot. But because of the amount of money that I play, I get a lot of free offers, a lot of free play, a lot of promotions. So my mom can use my card to do that because I give her my PIN, okay? So she calls me. She said, well, I swiped my card and I won some points. I'm not going to say what kind of points because I'll tell you what kind of casino. She said, and then I swiped your card. And at first, I thought I won $5. She's like, and then I looked closely at it, and there was a slot attendant right there. She said, you won $500 in cash and $500 in free play. But then she looked at it and she said, but you're not Brent. And she goes, oh, well, that's my son. And she said, oh, well, is he here? And my mom, who is a preacher's wife, says, oh, yeah, he's in the bathroom back here. Keep in mind, I'm in Louisville, right? Okay. Yes, so she calls me, so she slinks away from the line. She finds out that you have to redeem this by 9 p.m. And it's like 5 o'clock right now. And I'm about an hour and a half away. So she calls me on the phone. She tells me all this. I'm like, well, she's like, you know, is Jay there? You know, I wanted to know if you, would you be mind coming up for this money? So of course I'm like, okay, Mom, I'll come up. So instead of having a nice quiet evening at home, which is what I planned, I end up driving up to Cincinnati to try to get there in time. I end up getting there like 8 o'clock because I had other stuff to do. And we cashed in this money. I gave my mom I gave her like $200 free play, $200 in cash. But the free play had to be used by a certain amount of time. So we went through that like, nothing. So then of the cash, I gave her a little bit and kept, most of it because I'm a bigger, better than she is. But I was thrilled by this because I've never won anything in a promotion in my life. And I was down to my last $100. And this is where we have a video for you guys.
Yes, I do.
I decided to do $100, my last $100 of the 500. So even if I lost this, I'd go home even, okay? And I put it into the old Wizard of Oz, which I hardly ever play. And I did live play on it, and I did max bet. And I won't tell you exactly what happens, but I do have a little clip for you. I do get the bonus, and we have a clip, so we will take a look at it now.
All right, let's look at it.
Come on. Here. Come on, monkeys. I need 9 monkeys. More. Second reel. Second reel. More.
Wow.
Okay.
Do you know this is the first game that I actually got hooked on. I played the original Woz for hours upon hours at Monte Carlo and New York. This must have been what do you think? That game is like 7 years old now? 6 years
old? Just
played it. I was so hooked on Woz. I loved it, and it's still around.
Well, the funny part is in the video, my mom and I are talking about the fact that we used to play this game all the time because, that chord that you have to complete in order to get the bonus, the boom, boom, boom,
right.
That one. Exactly. Well, it's just, I kept waiting for that chord to complete. Finally, it does. I pick right. And obviously you can tell I got the monkey bonus and I did very well. It's double or nothing. And I do better than that. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, our viewers, I bet they can't wait to see that clip, and you'll have that clip up within a couple of days, right?
A day or so after this airs. Yes.
Right. Yeah. Perfect.
Yes.
Excellent. So, you, me, someone else.
Who? What bitch?
We are going on a voyage next month, aren't we?
Yes, SD Guy. I can't believe it. SD Guy, DProxima, and myself. I need a name. I don't have a name. I'm just Brent. Anyway, I'm accompanying these two clowns to to Vegas. And are we telling people where we're staying at?
I think we've already said it before. Aria, and we love Aria
did.
because of the whole they let us film there. So
they let us film there. That's the reason why you all should go to Aria, because they let you film there. We should support them. Yes.
But we're not going to tell you when we're going. But you know what? There's a good chance you'll run into us if you're there at some weekend in May. How's that sound?
Right. And the reason we're not telling you where we're going to, it's really twofold. But the main reason is that SD Guy has stalkers. He has people who will stalk him down, and he doesn't have time for that, as he tells us.
That's right.
He's got his own life, his own money, his own thing, and he doesn't have time for that BS, as he says. So, yeah.
I wish I had a stalker. Anybody out there that wants to be a stalker, I'll sign up for me.
Oh, my goodness. Well, look out.
You've made it when you have a stalker, I think.
Yes, it's going to be a gay old time. Yeah. We're going to play until our heart's content.
Oh, my goodness.
We're going to film as much stuff as we can film. Some of it might end up on Slot Talk. I don't even know how we're going to do it with SD Guy because, he doesn't like to be seen. But I think you might hear a lot of audio from him and whatnot. It depends. You can never be too sure what you're going to get with SD Guy.
And he has promised that he will be coming on a future Slot Talk. And he is absolutely by far the #1 most requested person to come on the show, and he will be coming on, everyone, so just calm down. He's coming on soon, he promises.
Yes, but he loves it when you guys beg him to come on. So beg him. Beg.
Yes, please do. All right, let's I posed a piece on my Facebook page last week for questions, and we got some good questions, but we wanted some really funny questions, and we got a few fun ones that I thought.
Yeah, we got a lot of bad questions.
No, they weren't bad.
For that.
No, they weren't bad. They just weren't entertaining.
Yeah, we got a couple of good ones. Yes, and we have those today. But if you ask the bad question, we ain't asking it.
All right, the first good entertaining question we got was and we're gonna twist this around, and I'll let you answer it for me, and I'll answer it for you. And that is, if you what slot character best represents your personality? Do you want to answer for me first, or shall I answer for you? I'll answer for you first.
Okay, go ahead.
I have chosen a couple characters for you. The first one Lady Godiva. No, I'm just kidding about Lady Godiva.
uh-huh.
She's beautiful. She's naked.
Yeah.
And I know you're both of those.
She's a tranny. Yes.
I have chosen the vampire from Vampire's Embrace.
Yes.
Very mysterious guy, likes the fangs thing, and you're into that kind of stuff.
And I sleep during the day, and I'm awake at night.
I didn't even think of that. But that is true.
And I don't go out in the sun.
Yes, Brent and I actually shared a room. Don't read into that, but we shared a room in Vegas last fall.
It was hot. It was bad.
Yes. And Brent slept till 3, I don't know, 4, and by the time
5,
I was up early with the birds, and I really should have slept in because I had blown all my money away by the time he woke up. But yeah, I've learned that about Brent. He's a vampire.
Yes, I do enjoy my sleep. I can sleep 14 hours. My partner, the hilarious part is we've been together for coming up on 11 years now, and for the first, I don't know, 5 years of our relationship, he was trying to make me into him, which is somebody who gets up at like 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. in the morning. And I kept fighting him on that. Finally, he gave up and realized to appreciate me for what I am, which is basically a lazy bitch who doesn't like to do any work.
We got to get you out of bed by noon in Vegas, though.
Okay, I will do my best. Well, I am going to accompany you and SD Guy to the pool.
Yeah, we're doing the pool, and we're supposed to do the spa, right?
Yes, we're supposed to do the spa. By the way, I don't know. This reminds me. I can't believe I didn't even show you guys this. I don't often. In the beginning of Slot Talk, I always said some fabulous outfit. I don't have a fabulous outfit, but I do have a fabulous T-shirt. So I'll keep talking as I stand up here for you guys to see this. I can't believe this is an amazing shirt. Nobody knows I'm gay. Isn't it the truth?
You should wear that in Vegas.
Oh my goodness! And on that note, I wanted to. Oh wait, I have to say who you are. But I think that's a great. Yes, no, it's a great. That's actually. I didn't even think. I was trying to think.
I done good.
You did good. Nice. Yes. Yeah, I thought I was probably more like Ellen.
I thought of her actually.
Actually, wait. So I'll answer your question, but that reminds me. I'll tell you guys a funny story. Actually, I think SD Guy already tweeted this, but I'll tell you if you don't follow him. I was at the Steak and Shake, okay, and I was going to. Dan's already laughing. I was going to the Steak and Shake, and I was ordering. Okay, this is like late night, all right, and I, ordered like a double steak burger platter with fries or chili or whatever the hell I was ordering, and I was done, and the person I think it was a girl. Yes, it was a girl. Said, "Is that all, ma'am?" No, bitter party of one. I was cracked. I'm telling you, I was cracked, and I had to call. I texted SD Guy and Dan and to tell them about it. And of course, SD Guy is living for this. That I was totally face cracked by the bitch at Steak and Shake.
I used to work at McDonald's. Not many people know that, for 7 years. And you get in the habit of saying yes, sir, yes, ma'am, whatever it is. So maybe it was just a habitual thing that she accidentally called you yes, ma'am, instead of perhaps your voice at the time. Maybe
right.
Burger,
actually, that's even a funnier story. When I used to work back when I was like 18, I used to work at KFC, and I was learning. I was in the Spanish class, so I would get into this thing where I started saying like "hola," like "hola, this is KFC, welcome to KFC," and I said this one time, and it was a car full of Spanish guys, and they were not having it. I'm telling you, when they came around, they gave me some dirty ass looks. It was something else. I wanted to crawl in a hole. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you say fried chicken in Spanish?
I don't know.
Something with pollo. I know that.
I think you just. I think you were just swearing right then, Dan.
No.
Yes. Okay. So this slot character that you are most like. I took it a different way. I thought the character you most look like, because this guy, the personality it's the party pooper from Jackpot Block Party, the guy who has security on the shirt because he's in black.
Right.
He's got muscles like you, he talks a little bit masculine, which is reading on the slot machine like a little bit dumb. Which you're not dumb, but like I said, I was hard pressed to find somebody, somebody like me who has a big personality. It's easy to match. Somebody like you who's a little more demure is not as easy to match. Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
That's not bad. Hey, I was going to plug this later on the show, but it's a perfect opportunity. If anyone wants to know me better, because I don't show myself on all my my personality on my slide videos very much, but I do have an Instagram page. It's just pictures of me and my partner and my cat. But it's
his partner is hot.
Patrick.
Tell you guys. Now Dan is hot, but I don't say that about Dan because he's a sister. But Pat, his partner, is hot.
Well, anyway, if anyone wants to see any extra pictures of us or me or Gizmo or Hunter or my cats,
yes,
go to my Instagram. It's DProxima. Not hard to find.
Excellent. And I am tweeting, although if you follow me, I ain't tweeting about slots. I'm mostly tweeting about reality TV because I'm doing some other stuff. But you can tweet me at Brent Wolgamott, and I'll put the Twitter at the bottom of this page.
Nice. Maybe we should tweet from Vegas.
I think we shall.
Yeah.
We shall.
Well, maybe we shouldn't, because then people will know when we're there.
That's true. Yeah. We don't want any SD guy stalkers. I'm telling you, they're crazy. And they're all over the place.
All right. I was at the casino a couple weeks ago. My only trip to Foxwoods this year, and I played Flintstones for the first time. I got the Yabba Dabba Doo multiple times. That's my favorite feature on the game. Have you played Flintstones? Yes,
I played Flintstones. Here I'm so bitter because apparently, like I said, it's been a rotten year for me so far in slots. Aside from what happened on the Wizard of Oz this past trip, I played Flintstones. I did $100 in live play, double or nothing, but the video was so boring. I even did the extra bonus frequency. Yeah. And I got nothing. Got no bonus, no Yabba Dabba Doo, nothing. And it was probably the most boring video of my life. So I just deleted it. Now that's the difference between me and SD Guy. But to his credit, he uploads everything. I just couldn't bear to upload that for you guys because it was terrible, and I was just in a miserable mood.
Thank you for that.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Speaking of Flintstones, let's tease our next show. We worked hard. We work hard to get you great guests.
Well, Dan works hard. So let's give it up for Dan. Thank you, Dan. Yes.
Well, Brent helps out too. But yes. We have secured a fabulous guest, one that I've been probably most excited about getting, and that is WMS will be coming on our next show. And we have an amazing game designer who's worked on, I listed off the games to you, Brent, before we started.
Oh my goodness. So excited to talk to this guy.
Many classic, he's been with the company for over a decade, and he's worked on so many games that we just adore. So we can't wait to have him on. His name is Jeremy. He's going to be on the show next month. Very excited about it, and it's going to be fabulous. So keep an eye out for that Slot Talk.
For real, that is going to be. I'm so excited for that show. I'm going to be on my best behavior. I can't wait to talk to this guy. Basically, every game that I've ever loved, I think he had a hand in. So it's going to be a fun time. Yep. For real. And really, I'm not being facetious when I say this, but Dan has been doing all the legwork to try to get that, to try to make that happen. So Dan, thank you for that. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Yes. You have any more stories, Brent?
Well, I have a few. Well, I have to look. Yes, I do. Yes, I wanted to tell you guys this. I have two smaller stories for you guys, but just this is it's our 6th show. It's our 6 months anniversary. You're just trying to get to know us a little bit better. And there was something that I left out of a previous story that I told. Now, for those of you who haven't watched all of our slot talks, I, in my infinite wisdom, decided to drive to Canada last year, to play Glinda the Good Witch and follow the Yellow Brick Road and Wicked Riches and blah, blah, blah. And I love those transmissive reels. They're by WMS and they're fabulous. Little did I know, they're actually in the United States, but at the time I didn't know that. So I drive to Canada, and for those of you who don't know, I'm a recovering addict. I've been clean for over 10 years now. Celebrated 10 years clean this past New Year's Eve. And I have a bit of a record. Now, it's not a felony record. It's just a misdemeanor way back when. And I didn't realize that they were going to notice this at the Canadian border. I didn't think it was a big deal. I really didn't. But they decided to check up on me a little bit, and they saw that way back when I had this, drug conviction. And they, I would say correctly thought, in long term that I was probably still an addict and that I was probably still using. And I will say that they were probably right. Most addicts. Hello, is that Gizmo or Hunter?
Yeah, Gizmo came home for the night.
Hello, Gizmo. I love you so much. You're so cute.
The story.
That's okay. No, anyway, well, you guys know the story. I was stopped at the Canadian border. It was a big fiasco. I was there for like an hour and a half. I barely made it into Canada. I can't believe they let me in. But the thing I left out, which was the most hilarious part, I can't even believe I left this part out. So remember, they're searching my car. They searched every inch of my car, okay, while I'm standing outside. They're searching for drugs. I know they are, okay? And when I was standing outside the car, I had left my cell phone in the car because I was so nerve-wracked. I was like, I can't believe this is happening. You know, like, are they even? I thought I had just driven 6 hours and I was going to have to drive back home 6 hours. So I had left my cell phone in the car, and this bitch SD guy decides to text me at this very moment. And he doesn't know what's happening. He thinks I'm just in the car. He doesn't know that I've been stopped at the border. He says, Mary, that's what he calls me, Mary. Mary, make sure you pick up some Canadian pharmaceuticals for me. And it lights up on my cell phone in the car, and the officer who is searching the car grabs the cell phone and looks at it. He says, who is this? I said, oh, I'm looking at it like, oh my God, I cannot believe that just happened. Like, well, first of all, it's not true. I'm not going to pick up any Canadian pharmaceuticals for SD guy, but he likes to joke that I am. So, I said, oh, well, it's just a friend of mine. He's just joking, believe it or not. I'm not sure he really bought it, but there was nothing he could do. And like I said, eventually, after some other haggling, they finally let me into Canada. But ever since then, SD guy has never let me live that down. Right at the very moment where I'm probably most vulnerable, he decides to screw me over without even knowing what's going on and say, Mary, make sure you pick up some Canadian pharmaceuticals for me.
The funny thing is, we found out, of course, later that these games are in Pennsylvania in multiple spots.
Yes, and we will be going. I don't know when because I got other things to do. But
we're doing a road trip.
Dan and I are going to go. Glinda the Good Witch and Wicked Witches are in Philadelphia and in Presqua Isle. I can't remember the name of it, but it's in western and eastern Pennsylvania, so that's where we're going to go.
We'll hit up one of them. Hopefully eastern, because it's closer to me.
Yes. I have another story.
Sure.
You can talk. I don't want to dominate the conversation here.
No, we love your stories.
Okay. Well, now Dan and SD guy. I have to make sure I say SD guy. Dan and SD guy actually know this story, but I will tell you guys that a little known fact about me, and it's quite scandalous actually. Way back in the day, yours truly used to be a working boy. Okay, I ain't gonna explain it to you if you don't know what I mean, but it's just that's what I was. Okay, and I actually met somebody. I met in the biblical sense. I met somebody who is famous. I actually slept with Nathan Lane. It's hard to believe. Nathan frickin' Lane. Yes, it was more than 10 years ago. It's like what, 12 years ago? Yeah, it's hard to believe. You didn't even know I was going to tell this story, right?
No, thank you for this.
Yeah, Dan knows this story, but and SD guy, of course, loves to tell this story, but I've never said anything on Slot Talk about it. It's just an interesting little part of my history that I actually slept with a celebrity, and it's Nathan Lane. We had something for a night.
I have not slept with a celebrity.
Well, you could sleep with me. Okay, fine.
Whatever.
But no, Dan, you can't have me. I told you no. You can't have me.
We slept in the same room. That was probably as close as we got.
Yeah, exactly. I sleep like a vampire, though. That's the other thing. I can't even believe that because I sleep like this. Wait, I got to keep talking so that the camera's. I basically sleep like this, and so I do look like a vampire. Okay, go ahead.
Let's do another question.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is a fun one. We love the multi-dimensions of slot machines. We love the bonuses. We love the visual. We love the audio. This question is about the audio. What is your favorite soundtrack on any slot machine you've ever played? Go for it.
Oh, well, I have two favorites. The Emerald City Spins again goes back to the same slot that I love, Follow the Yellow Brick Road. I'm sorry, the music to that is immaculate. It is absolutely stunning. It sounds rich, it sounds important, and it is important because when you get to the Emerald City, you can win a lot of money. And actually, I know that I have some clip of that. So let's even take a look at that right now because I'm sure you can show it to everybody right now. Sure. So let's take a look and so you guys can hear the music. Let's roll tape.
Guaranteed wins all the way across.
So you can see what I mean by
nice.
that.
Yes.
I really, it's the music swells in parts of it. And I think that's just not something you get on a slot machine a lot. The other one that I like is Godfather, but that obviously is related to the movie, although they redesigned it for the slot. And Super Team, the Super Team music was so great because it captured that sort of pow wow, bam, sort of Super Friends motif in the music, and I really enjoyed that very much.
All right, my favorite soundtrack. It's a little bit more dainty, and because I'm a dainty guy, it's a little more whimsical, perhaps. And it's not even a bonus music. It's actually the base game music that they play over and over and over again while you're spinning. And the name of the soundtrack is called Nymph's Garden. There's actually a SoundCloud that WMS put out last year, so you can listen to it for yourself. I'll link it down below. And the music is from Alice in Wonderland.
Interesting.
I love it. Oh, I could listen to it for hours. I probably already have listened to it for hours straight on repeat. I can't get enough of it. I just think it's fabulous. Oh, I love it. And I know they put it on SoundCloud because it's very popular.
And I just want to know, did you guys notice that? You guys think I'm the gay one.
God.
Did you see what Dan did when he was talking about that music right there? He was like, oh my God, it's fabulous. You could see it in his face for just a second. You think he's this butch, like mega man, and it peeks out every now and then.
Never mind.
You love me right now, don't you?
Oh, yes.
Yes. And you have to leave all this in, too. I just want to tell you guys that the reason we decided to do this in part is because we realized after we did some previous shows that, Dan and I would say goodbye to the guests and we'd keep talking.
Right.
And some of that stuff was gold. It was great. It was comedy gold, as SD Guy would say. So I was like, I can't believe we didn't tape any of that.
I know,
so,
what a waste.
Right. So this is just little chat between me and Dan, just having a good time, not worrying about any guests.
This is slot talk. It's what
slot talk.
The show is really designed for.
Yes, and we know that you guys don't come on just for the slots. You come on because you like me and Dan a little bit too. So that's why I tell you a little bit about my life and about some stories. So. And I got other stuff that's happened to me in my life, but I ain't getting into that.
Thank you. We'll save that for next time.
Save that for next time.
We'll save that for June. I don't think WMS will appreciate that.
All right.
Or scientific gaming, I have to call them.
Yes. Okay. Scientific gaming. Excellent.
We were at SD. We keep bringing up SD Guy. He really needs to be part of the show.
And just so you know, SD Guy is the executive producer.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't do squat, but he says he thought of the idea. We're letting him have it, and whatever. I always give him the title of executive producer emeritus.
I'll tell you how it really went down. We were in the pool. No, I'm serious. SD Guy and I were at the pool. Having mimosas, mint, whatever the hell they were delicious.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And I was bringing up ideas about how he can become more in touch with his fans. And somehow it came out. I honestly don't think it was him. It may have been him. Fine, whatever. I think it might have been half my idea to do a podcast, to do an audio show because he won't show his face. And I took it to the next level, and we started up this show. We wanted him on in the original show, but he couldn't make it, so we filmed without him. And he has yet to come on since, but we keep trying. So I think it's half my idea, half his idea. He will claim it's entirely his idea. I am at least taking half the credit for the show.
Okay, well, you can do that. It definitely wasn't my idea, that's for sure.
Well, one of his...
I was sleeping at the time.
Yeah, probably. Well, one of his great ideas, well, maybe it's not a great idea, but one of his ideas that we started talking about a couple weeks ago was to track our losses. Everybody is always asking us how much we win, how much we lose, how much we gamble. How much do we spend? So I'm gonna finally nip that in the bud. And on my website, DProxima.com, right now, you can go there, and I have a log of each of my casino visits for this year. I'm gonna start this year, and how much I lost, and I am keeping track of my losses through my ATM withdrawals, so I know to the penny how much I took out. So
I don't know if I'm going to do all that, but I'll put up my win-loss statement sometime. Because mainly the reason I think it's kind of twofold. Number one, I don't really want to know how much I lost, and number two, I don't really want Jay to know how much I lost. And he has a way of stumbling onto these kind of videos. So yeah,
He's a closet fan.
Yeah, exactly.
Does he watch our show?
A couple times, yeah. He thinks it's great.
Did your mother watch our show?
Yes. By the way, oh yeah, you can. This is Jay. Well, I'll keep talking as I show this. Wait, let me get it here. Yeah, this is me and Jay, and if you can see that, that's him and me. Yes, he is a little bit older than me. And let's see, what else do I have here? Oh, this is me and my nephew. I love him to death. His name is Ian, and he's adorable. I think he's such a great kid, and he's actually much older than this now. He's like 3 years old. But that was taken at Christmas time, so it's really very cool. And then there's my mom and dad up there, which I think I'll go ahead and show it to you guys, since you always see or you hear my mom and dad. This is my mom and dad. They are great. They're slot players themselves. My mom's more, I don't know, I converted mom into being a slot player, but I really love gambling with them. And
I thank them again for helping out with my the video that you filmed for me last month.
Oh yes. When we had to do that for you because you didn't have a Mr. Hyde's Wild Ride, for a slot video creators of the month, which I have not done anything in. No. Just so you guys know, if you follow the slot video creators of the month, you will know that I'm in last place. I'm in last place. It's hard to be in last place.
Yeah, Albert's slot channel, who is sort of like the coordinator now of this whole thing, is keeping track of.
Albert is something else. Yeah, whoever is sleeping with Albert, their life is in order. I'm telling you.
I will link his channel below. I promised that I would try and help out his channel as much as possible, and I owe him an Ainsworth bonus still, but I haven't had a good one yet. But anyway, make sure you visit his channel. He's really great with the creativity in his videos. So
he is. He's so organized. He's so creative. He's got a great voice. He's got a good voice for radio, and he doesn't really
radio voice.
Amazing radio voice. Yes.
Well, I think I've checked off everything I wanted to talk about.
Oh, really? I don't know if I have anything I want to talk about. Do I have anything I want to talk about? Let's see. Nathan Lane, Canada, SD guy, my mom ripping off a casino for my promo dollars. I think that's pretty much it. But I just want you to make sure you guys put in the comments if you really enjoyed the show, because I have been asking Dan to do it for a couple months now. I really think that it's just that let me just say, I love having a guest on, and I love doing the guests. But I think every once in a while it's just fun to hear from me and Dan, because you know, that's who you come to see. Right. That's who you guys, when you guys first watched Slot Talk, that's who you saw. And that's where it all started. So I think we have a great rapport together, and I like just chatting.
And we can't always keep getting better guests. Eventually, they're going to run out.
Right. And the other thing is, too, I don't want, like, if we have somebody from a casino on, I'm not going to tell you about my Nathan Lane story in the middle of that video, for heaven's sake. So, yeah.
So this has been picked up now for 6 months, this story.
Yes, exactly. I had to find a spot to put it in. So
and hopefully we can do some fun, maybe like thank you. I was hoping people wouldn't pick up on that. Maybe we can do like a segment with you and I from Vegas, and we can just film it from our room.
We could do that. We could do it on. I've actually been listening to this looking at this new app called Periscope, which I don't know if you've heard of it. It's like a video thing where you can show people exactly where you're at the time that you're doing it. It broadcasts directly from your phone. It's amazing. It's amazing stuff.
Great.
So we could sign up for that. So we'll let you guys know what we're going to do. I'm going to try to tape as much as I literally can in Vegas. Not just my slot stuff, but when me and Dan and SD Guy are at the pool, when we're walking around. You know, by the way, I hate walking. This SD Guy and Dan make me walk all over the place. They say, oh, it's only a couple blocks. And of course, I'm dying in the background trying to keep up with them. Yes.
That's a story for next time.
It's been a great talk, Dan. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Stay tuned for next month's show. Until then, happy slotting.